Yes, people, what's happening? Big up to yourself. Gonna carry on doing this conversation. The comparison between Alan Shearer and Andy Cole. If you guys haven't seen the content that I've been throwing out, about giving props to Andy Cole for his record in the Premier League, make sure you give that a check. Because there's some things on there that you guys probably didn't know or might be surprised at, because the media around Andy Cole, is poor. And the fact that Andy Cole is overlooked in this country for the amount of goals that he's scored, having scored one penalty, it needs to be highlighted a lot more for me. So again, make sure you keep checking out the content, check out the uploads and the shorts, and it will explain everything on there. But what I'm going to do a comparison with the amount of games, the trophies won by Alan Shearer, and then we're going to compare that with Andy Cole's as well. So let's go through Alan Shearer's whole career, yeah? So 733 club appearances, which spanned obviously across the likes of Southampton, I believe, obviously Blackburn and Newcastle as well. 379 club goals, 94 club assists, 65 club penalties, 314 goals, non-penalty goals, 473 club goal involvements, which is 0.52 goals per game. Yeah.
Andrew Cole with 539 club appearances, 283 club goals, 127 club assists, and 1 club penalty. 282 non-penalty goals, 410 total goal involvements, 0.53 goals per game.
Yeah. Now, obviously, that's all competitions, all those goals. Yeah. 441 Premier League appearances, 260 Premier League goals. Obviously, the record goal scorer in the Premier League.
414 Premier League appearances, 187 Premier League goals, 73 Premier League assists, 1 Premier League penalty.
Champions League appearances, 16, 7 Champions League goals, 1 Champions League penalty, 4 Champions League assists, 1 Champions League hat-trick. And then Europa League, 31 Europa League appearances, 21 Europa League goals, 3 Europa League penalties, 1 Europa League assist, and 1 Europa League.
48 Champions League appearances, 18 Champions League goals, 5 Champions League assists, and 2 Champions League hat-tricks. 8 Europa League appearances, 4 Europa League goals, 4 Europa League assists, and 1 Europa League hat-trick.
FA Cup, 58 FA Cup appearances, 27 FA Cup goals, 5 FA Cup penalties, and then 14 FA Cup assists. And then moving on, League Cup. So 50 League Cup appearances, 25 League Cup goals, 4 League Cup penalties, 3 League Cup assists.
39 FA Cup appearances, 15 FA Cup goals, 0 FA Cup penalties, 15 FA Cup assists, 23 League Cup appearances, 11 League Cup goals, 0 League Cup penalties, and 5 League Cup assists.
And then the individual honours or team honours. Individual honours, should I say, yeah. So twice PFA Player of the Year back in 95 and 97. Football Writers Award Footballer of the Year in 94. Premier League Player of the Season back in 94, 95. And he's won 3 Golden Boots, which is consecutively 95, 96, 97. And then the 1 Premier League title with Blackburn Rovers.
So individually, Andrew Cole's won the PFA Young Player of the Year in 1994, the Premier League Golden Boot in 93-94, the Premier League Top Assist in 93-94, 5 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, 1 League Cup, 1 Champions League, 1 Intercontinental Cup, and 1 First Division. And there you have it, guys. A real in-depth, detailed comparison between the two, Alan Shearer, Andy Cole. And hopefully for anyone that's still trying to say Alan Shearer is the best Premier League striker in history, hopefully we were able to clear that up now, especially with all the records that Andrew Cole's already got on his side. But it's always important to do these kind of comparisons, especially with players from the same era, because it's much easier to compare these kind of players because they played against the same defenders, against the same keepers, etc, etc.
And again, it's important to do the comparison just so, you know, it's a fair comparison in terms with Andy Cole. So let me know in the comments, smash the like button, sub to the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you guys for the next one. Take it easy.